In this video, we'll be working with not only combining like terms, but then also identifying our terms as either monomial, binomial, or trinomial. So let's review really quick what those three words mean. Monomial, mono meaning one term. So once your combining of like terms is simplified, if you only have one term, then it would be considered monomial. Binomial would mean when you have two terms. So once you simplify, if you have two sets of different numbers, it would be considered binomial. And trinomial, like a tricycle, would have three terms. So let's go ahead and test this out with a couple of problems, just so that we can work on, once again, combining those like terms and then identifying the type of term it is. So when I look at this problem, I see that I have m's and I have non-variable numbers. So we're going to go ahead and combine those. Most important part, remember, we have to include the symbol in front of each number. So when I combine these, my negative 15m and a positive 9 gives me negative 6m. And my non-variable letters, negative 5 and a positive 7, give me a positive 2, so plus 2. Now that it is simplified, and is when I will go through and identify how many terms it has. So I have m's, that's one term, and I have constants or non-lettered numbers, which would be two terms. So two terms would be binomial. Okay, once again, practicing to make sure that you simplify first and then identify how many terms you have. Okay, so let's look at this one. So we have m squareds and we have r's, and then it looks like we have just a standard number. So here's m squared and another m squared. So 2 plus 4 gives me 6m squared. Then I have just one positive 7r, and I have a positive 9, so plus 9. So you'll notice I used three different colors there to identify the different terms. Also, three different symbolizings up above here. So 1, 2, 3 would be trinomial. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and try one more. So let's peek at this one. It looks like we have some z squareds and some z's. So this one's very commonly mistaken. Students will look at it and say, oh, they're all z's. Well, this is z squared. This is z squared. So no number means there's a 1. So 1 z squared plus 3z squared. 1 plus 3 is 4z squared. And then I have just some z's. Once again, that's a 1 with that z. So 5 plus 1 gives me plus 6z. Okay, so we have two terms, so it would be binomial. Okay, so that's working with identifying your types of terms. Monomial means 1, binomial means 2, and trinomial means 3. Once again, it's after you simplify your terms.